Good evening. Welcome to the 28th episode of Rachel Pilcher Writing Workshops Facebook Live. I'm Rachel Pilcher. We'll be started in just a moment. I do want to apologize quickly because I do have my dog in here and he's breathing rather hard right now. So hopefully you can't pick that up on the screen, on the mic, but if you do hear heavy breathing, that is my dog. So, I just want to get started by thanking all of you for joining me. And tonight's session is going to be kind of short. You know, I try to get them between 8 and 10 minutes long, but most of them end up being longer than that. But if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. If you have any comments, feel free to add them. I will either address them as we go, or I will hop on and answer them later on in the question and answer part. So, to kind of catch you up on what's going on this month with Rachel Pilcher Writing Workshops. I'm actually not going to have any classes scheduled for this month because I have lots of duties involved in the end of year, closing out the school year, including collecting student Chromebooks. So that's taking up a lot of my extra planning time that I have. And so I'm just decided to give myself a break for the month of May, but I'll be right back to it in June. So if you're looking forward to June's class, definitely pay attention. I will have an announcement about what that session is going to be pretty soon. Maybe by the next Facebook Live, I will make the announcement about what that's going to be. So I'm kind of toying with, because it was so popular in my last class, your online presence, to do blogging for beginners, because everybody had more questions about how do you build your blog, how do you do this, how do you do that on a blog, that may end up being the class for June. I kind of had that built into something, but we'll see. I will keep you updated. So tonight's topic is over beta readers, everything you need to know about beta readers or ARC readers. Some of you, this is for people who are a little bit more advanced now. So if you have finished a manuscript and it's gone through the editing phase and you feel like it's ready to be read by other people, but it may not quite be ready to send to a publisher, that is where you will start thinking about, okay, well, I probably need some beta readers. And what beta readers do is they read your full manuscript, and then they will look for plot holes, look for structure issues, any punctuation issues. Those are almost my favorite. Grammar, spelling. And they can be incredibly helpful in editing your full manuscript. So probably before you even get a professional editor, you might be able to get a lot of your editing part done with beta readers. That's not saying you probably shouldn't have an editor, but they can definitely help you, especially if you are on a budget. So you don't always get a super clean copy if you're a beta reader, but they're going to find a lot more of those editorial issues that you're probably going to have. So this will probably be along the lines of, you've already written your first draft, you probably have gone through it at least a second time and maybe even a third, and now you're looking for your beta readers. So what you'll give your beta readers is probably a PDF or a MOBI file, which, if you don't know what a MOBI file, it's M-O-B-I, MOBI file. And that is so that they can read it on an e-reader. You don't have to print out the whole manuscript. If somebody says, hey, can you give me the whole manuscript? You can have them as a beta reader if you really think that what they're going to be able to provide you is going to be useful information. But sometimes it's better to not have to print out, you know, a 400 or 500 page manuscript, because a lot of times if you're writing a full novel, that's going to be, you know, 85, 90, 95,000 words. That's a lot of pages. So, you know, that's going to be 400 or 500 pages, maybe even more than that, of a manuscript. And that can be expensive if you're printing it out. So try to find beta readers that will do that. So where you find your beta readers, you can use family, you can use friends, or even members of your critique group that you probably belong to. So if you're writing and you want to have your stuff published, you need to join a critique group, because those are going to be your best resources for one, catching a lot of the issues that your beta readers will find later on, but also to be able to help find beta readers who would be interested in helping read your full manuscript. And a lot of times they do kind of a quid pro quo thing. So I read your manuscript, you read my manuscript, and we can help each other out. That way you're not trying to find beta readers that are going to want to be paid. That will be paid because you will read each other's work. So those are some of the best ways to find beta readers, but you'll want to make sure that you have people who aren't afraid of giving you negative feedback. And sometimes friends and family are not always the best at doing that. I know I've said that before, but friends and family want to encourage you and want you to feel like you're doing an absolutely wonderful thing with your writing, and that, you know, this is just great, I love it, and they may not exactly be able to provide you with the best feedback because they care about you and they love you and they don't want to disappoint you. So you'll want to make sure that you find the family members who have no problem disappointing you. That's going to be key right there. So you'll want to be able to do that, and then at that point in your writing, when you're ready for beta readers, you need all of the critical feedback, all of the negative feedback, and even positive feedback, because it's always good to have positive feedback, but you'll need that to make sure that you have your novel where it needs to be. And it doesn't have to be a novel, it can be nonfiction, but that will get you where you need to be so that it can be read by an agent or by an editor, and maybe your editor might not have to do so much work. They'll get done faster. Always a good plan to have your editor happy and finish faster, because that means, you know, they'll be more likely to want to do your work again and maybe not charge as much. Who knows? If they know they don't have to work so hard. But so beta readers are going to be that initial reader that reads your whole manuscript. So that's just the beta readers. So I've had some questions from people that are like, well, you know, I've heard of ARC readers. What are ARC readers? What do they do? So an ARC reader is the person who reads your final copy. An ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy. So it is a copy that generally is free of errors. It's printed by your publisher, more than likely, and they'll be able to go through and find information that they could use for writing a review. So this is how you get reviews. And you might have, you know, super readers that really love your stuff. Maybe it's people in your critique group that have always heaped praise on you, but have also been able to help with negative stuff. It could be your ARC readers, your beta readers. It's always good if they can see the progress, so they know, oh wow, they really did improve based on the information that I gave. And it can be, you know, there are ways that you can find ARC readers, that people that are kind of like professional readers that give reviews. Now, the important thing about being able to have ARC readers is that they can go on places like Goodreads, or they can go on Amazon, or they can go, you know, in all of the places in which you can have book reviews, and they will be able to provide a review for your book as it's coming out. They will probably say that that they did receive an ARC, and and it's fine for them to say that, but you do not pay ARC readers ever, and that you just don't. You don't pay it. You don't do any of that. You don't require them to buy the book. You don't do that kind of stuff. But ARC readers are the people that are going to be reading your book and putting word out there and sharing the information about your book and how they like it. So very, very simple information, but if any of y'all end up having any questions, I know today is a busy day. It's beautiful in Fort Worth, I can tell you that. And I know I just got in from buying a bunch of plants, so after this I'm going to go out and plant them. So if you're watching this on the replay, definitely ask questions. I will answer any question you may have. And if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer. That's the librarian in me. It's like, if I'm not quite sure, I will look it up and I will get back to you. I hope that you have found the information in this Facebook Live helpful. And if you did, go ahead and hit the like button right over there in the corner, and feel free to share this video with friends that you think might be able to benefit from the information that I've provided tonight. You can also go back and look at previous videos that I've done, comment on those. Feel free to like those if you like them, share them. After this one, I will have 28 videos that you could possibly go to find out information. If you have any ideas of questions that you have about future Facebook Lives that you'd like for me to address, definitely put that in the comments. I will be glad to use your information. I got the idea for this particular Facebook Live from someone who private messaged me and said, hey, I'd like to know more about this. Could you tell me this? And I said, that's a great question. I answered their question. And then I said, I think I need to do a Facebook Live on it. So I definitely take suggestions for Facebook Lives. Like I said, I've done 28 of these at this point, and I seem to never run out of ideas to talk to y'all about. So feel free, give me some ideas. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you get out and enjoy the rest of the evening. In 2 weeks, on Sunday, May 19th, I'll be right here again at 6 p.m. for the next Rachel Pilcher Writing Workshops Facebook Live for another wonderful writerly discussion. Thank you. Have a good night.